This violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
All right, hello. We are back once again for Blame Your Brother. That's right. There's three of us back this week. The three amigos are back to bring you your favorite podcast. That is right. Blame Your Brother. There are three of us that come to you every week. I am 1/3 of that power trio. I am the man known as David, a.k.a. D. Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, the dictator, Nick Nickum, Glenn Jackson. The list goes on and on. Too many to name, but I'm joined every week, except for last week, by the man to the left of me, my actual brother. His name is Lee.
What up? I am the prodigal son that has gone to the desert and returned.
That was terrible. He's the flame
Paperclip.
Yeah.
Flame
My
out
boy
king.
LeBron.
You pulled a.
It's not even a paperclip, it's a safety pin, man.
So
I'm the
bad.
hockey hipster. Hashtag hockey hipster.
All right, that's the guy left. The guy to the right of me, our friend John.
Hey, everybody, it's John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. I am Groot, a.k.a. Mr. PTI, and the Madman.
What did you say? The madman.
It's a madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman. They do a madman. Okay, he's a madman.
That's right. So three of us form Blame Your Brother, podcast where we talk about the news, politics, pop culture, all kinds of fun things. And you can go to the website, which is behind us on this video, at bybpod.com. There you can check out all of our social media links, Amazon links, merchandise, Radio Vegas Rocks. All the links are up there. We'll go to those at the end of the show. But hey, if you are free on Thursday nights around 8 p.m., come join us in the live video podcast chat. It's on YouTube, youtube.com/blame your brother. You will get to listen in audio HD, and you can watch us. There's videos behind us, news stories, all that. So it's fun to hang out. There's a chat room. You can tell us what you think of the show. youtube.com/blame your brother. And like I said, bybpod.com. We'll come to that at the end of the show, but we're here right now. And we'll go back into the routine. We have a legal team that comes to us after the end of each episode. They come to me the next day and they say, does anyone have anything to apologize for last week's show? So we'll start. Lee, do you wish to apologize for not being there and not allowing the video chat to run as it should have been?
Yeah, YouTube
Right.
cut me off, so I apologize.
Right. Where were you at last week, by the way?
I was on Highway 40, Interstate 40.
Doing what?
Going down the road.
No, where were you headed? Like
Virginia.
For
a retirement party.
All right. So if the listeners, you hear this, retirement party trumps the show. You heard it from his own mouth. You heard it. So he apologizes for that. John, is there anything you said last week you wish to apologize for? When it was just me and you on the microphone?
Well, we did forget to mention our sponsor last week, so we apologize for that. Our sponsor last week was the Ink Palace, where they had a special. You get a free probation officer with every neck tattoo.
Here we go.
So
Here
besides
we go.
that,
jokes.
Make a joke.
The
Make
jokes.
a joke. There we go.
Starting
All
early.
right.
Coming often.
The Ink Palace. Wow. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't think we said anything too wild last week. I mean, I could be wrong, but who knows? I know we need some more. We need some better chairs in here. These chairs are very squeaky, so I will apologize if you can hear the squeakiness throughout the episode. But anyway, that is enough of that. I've got to give a shout out real quick at the top of the show.
Do it.
2 podcasts to shout out. I'm wearing the shirt actually of one. It's called Pittsburgh Nerd Pod.
Oh, it's see-through. That's cool.
Pittsburgh Nerd Pod. So if you, I'll get back in here. You can find those guys on Twitter. Search Pittsburgh Nerd Pod. And also another podcast, Not Playing Stupid. But we'll give those guys a shout out later. But I got some of their t-shirts this week, and I like wearing them, the good stuff. I want to give them a shout out at the beginning of the show. I'm sure when we do Blame Your Selfie, they might come back up again. Who knows? Who knows? All right.
Can you give those names again one more time?
Not Playing Stupid.
Not Playing Stupid.
And Pittsburgh Nerd Pod. And when we speak of Pittsburgh right now, as we're taping this, Pittsburgh and the Ottawa Senators are playing a hockey game, and the winner of that game will come here eventually to play the Nashville Predators. That's right, the Nashville Predators.
Is this what we're going to start the show off? Because we need to.
For the first time ever in the history of the franchise. Now, here's how long I know the Predators have been around. Me and John used to do a little community access show. And I remember on one of the early demo episodes, it never made it to air, we had a newspaper, the sports section, of the potential names for the new hockey team coming to Nashville. Yeah. And we did a critique on each of those names. And we agreed that Predators was the best name out of the list. So that was like in 1996.
Some of the other 97? Ones are kind of bad. I think Ice Tigers was one of them.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine the Nashville Ice Tigers? Well, like, ugh. So anyway.
That's not so bad.
Franchise has been, it's terrible. Franchise has been around for a long time, and this is the first.
It sounds like a team of like figure skaters.
I mean, it's terrible. It's a terrible name. It's bad.
Terrible.
But anyways, they've been here for a while, about 20 years almost now, and this is the first year they've made it to the Stanley Cup. So, Lee, if I had to say who was the biggest hockey fan here, I would assume it's you. Am I correct in assuming this?
I don't know, man. I think you're.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like you're a hockey hipster.
Here's what I don't.
You're really old school, and anyone that likes hockey that doesn't like hockey before you liked hockey or is not allowed to like hockey.
Yes. Here's my big hang up in life. Okay. Anytime something becomes too, like if I like something when it starts, I think it's the best. But when everybody jumps on board to like the same thing, I got to get off that ship. I hate it.
So why do you throw me under the bus when I do the exact same thing about nerd culture, comic books?
No, I don't. I mean,
you do. You're
such as the power, may the fourth be with you. I mean,
exactly.
Come on, man. You can't knock Star Wars.
You can't knock Stanley Cup hockey in
I'm
Nashville.
not.
Of course, people are going to be excited.
Well, yeah, but can they name any players? Can they name rules? Can they? I mean, some of those people are just coming down there too.
Why does it matter?
Because
can you tell me who landed on the fourth planet in Star Wars in episode 3?
No, but I can tell you.
Can you give me the backstory?
I can tell you who the main characters are in the plot of the movies. Yes, Can you imagine? Like, man, I love Star Wars. Yeah, really. Who's your favorite person in the movie? That guy with that sword thing, he was cool.
The guy that was married to Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, he was that actor. I think it was Indiana Jones in another movie. Yeah, he's great, man. I love that character. It's just, it's terrible. It's just people want it. We said this last week, but they want to do none of the work of being there when they were crap, when they would get knocked out of the playoffs every year. They just want to come in when the times are good and not suffer through any of the bad times. Okay, it just bums me out.
Right, so can you name the best Nashville hockey player?
Of all time or
currently on the team?
Peke Rena.
Okay.
Then probably, I love PK Subban. I think he's great. He's one of the few black hockey players there is. I've embraced him the minute we got him. Like I said,
a lot of people have been talking about Weber for the last few years.
Well, Weber's not with the team anymore.
I'm just saying.
Good job, John.
But he's gone, dude. He's not on the team. You got
maybe that's why they're
that's why they're talking about him.
So you got Fisher, who's an older guy. He's the captain. Roman Yossi is another good player.
I think if
you got Ellis right there with the beer. I
feel like John should be the biggest hockey fan,
but he's not.
I'm not.
I think he is a huge hockey fan though, because he always posts about the game. He's always liking hockey posts. No. But his name is John Tortorello.
A coach.
That's true. That's a good point.
But also, John Tortorella actually never played in an NHL hockey game.
Well, we haven't either. What's your point?
Well,
the true hockey hipster.
I'm just saying.
You never played hockey for the NHL?
Yeah,
there's like 3 people in the stands. Go Predators!
We used to go to Nashville Knights games. That was like our minor league hockey team when they were here. They were at the Sportsplex down in Nashville.
The people that went to our church was on that team.
And I would root for the other team. And get the fans upset.
No, not you. I don't believe that.
And they were one guy these older men wanted to literally fight me at certain points of the games,
I can relate to that.
But anyway, yes, every week. But I'm proud of the Predators. I am, but
why are you stifling everyone's else happiness? That's fine. You're excited, but the way that you talk about it, you're like curmudgeon old man that's get off of my hockey land, hockey lawn.
I mean, come on. I really like you don't watch the games. They don't know. Like I said, watch a couple of games and learn the rules. I mean, you don't have to know strategies.
They're excited, man.
They're excited about what? What are they excited about? They're excited about hockey. They're excited about just being there for the moment. Saying,
why does it matter?
It's just it's a symptom of the modern millennial is what you're describing right now.
So you're telling me, okay, so one of your complaints was people were calling in to local sports talk radio shows and talking about jerseys and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Were they millennials calling in?
Oh yeah, they're in their 20s, yeah, for sure.
What?
yes.
I don't know
and the
about
sports talk's guy go, wow, this is a really great topic. I can't wait to talk about jerseys for the next 30 minutes. It's like, yeah, because you can't talk about the actual game of hockey, so you got to talk about what's your favorite jersey. It's so terrible. Oh, I hope the Predators win. I do, 100%.
Are you sure?
I hope the Titans win. I hope, this is a sports team. It's a city of winners, but
I hope little Julia graduates the 4th grade.
But I mean, these people walking around acting, they go out and buy a $200 jersey and they think they're top of the world and they're Predators fans. You're not really a fan.
How much did your jersey cost?
It was free. I didn't pay for it.
Okay, exactly. So they spent the money.
Oh,
they're supporting the franchise.
So Mr. Anti-Capitalist here. So if you spend the money, you can just claim you're a fan.
I was just
is
trying
that
to
right?
make a counter
You got destroyed.
Yeah.
So anyways, but good luck to the Predators. Next week, I'll wear my Predators jersey on the show. How about that for... Good luck, because that's when they'll be here. It should be next Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I think they'll be playing probably here, either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know how the schedule works. But Predators, best of luck to you. And we'll stay tuned into this game tonight, kind of see what's going on with it. But anyway, I actually want to get started with Lee and his stance on the Geico Insurance. He hates the Geico Insurance commercials with a passion. If you listen all the time, you know this. Your first time listening, you can get in here and know that Lee hates the Geico commercials because why, Lee? Why do you hate the Geico Insurance commercials?
So I just feel like the cornerstone of capitalism has reared its ugly head. And I feel like for a national brand that has as much money as Geico does, that they should only be able... I feel like advertising in this country is just over the top. Everywhere you go, there's billboards. You can't sit down and watch a TV show without being hit over the head with a commercial. You can't open a magazine without seeing these ridiculous ads. It's just so prevalent. It's everywhere you go. You can't get away from it. And then to make it worse, you have Geico peddling like humor when they're trying to sell insurance. Now, insurance is something that nobody is really that excited about. So they're like, oh, no. Let's just put a monkey on the screen, and then these ignorant people will buy in to Geico being the best insurance. It's such... It's like profiteering. It's taking advantage of people. That's my stance.
Okay. John, do you have a counterpoint to that at all?
I mean, I could see people saying like, oh, but if we have to watch advertising, at least make it funny. But it's brainwashing. They are literally brainwashing you. You're sitting down and they are brainwashing you.
I believe the whole point of advertising is to grab someone's attention.
Yeah. And
you only have... 30 seconds to do that. The best way to do that is through humor. So I don't knock them for using humor to sell their product.
What about brainwashing? How do you feel about them brainwashing people?
If they were brainwashing people, I believe there'd be a lot more Geico customers than there are.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Geico customers, as you just said. I mean, am I wrong about that or what? I mean, are you looking the stats up right now? Do you have an answer without the stats?
I don't know how many people subscribe to Geico, but if you don't think that there's a lot of people that have Geico insurance, then you're crazy.
I'm not saying there aren't a lot. I'm just saying that, first of all, I mean, Geico is by far not the only insurance company that uses humor to sell their product.
Well, that's the point. You have to. You can't compete in a market of selling insurance unless you're a comedy writer.
That's almost all of advertising. That's not just Geico.
Yeah, what?
That's not just insurance.
I'm always what commercial? I mean, gives you just reads off the facts, the cold hard facts of their product. This is our commercial. This is our product. This product can be used to do this, and blah 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 and blah blah. That's
the closest thing you get is those like experimental pills and stuff. But they have to tell you that. And there's a long history
True
of jokes
enough.
behind that too.
Anyways, we did a poll on Twitter. This is where we're going with this.
Real
We
official.
did a poll on Twitter. Well, I believe our listeners are the smartest and the brightest, and we should listen to them. But we did a poll on
Go
Twitter.
listeners.
Put your name on it.
Our listeners, well, we don't want to do that here. It's like an American democracy. We don't have to know who voted
Put
for
your
what.
name on it.
You'll run them down, though. It's
I'll
the whole
run them
point.
down. I will.
The votes come in. 75% of the people said Lee is wrong. They should be allowed to
That's
use
not
comedy.
what it says.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Why don't you actually read what it says?
Why don't you pull it
instead
up
of
on the
being
screen?
Ignorant.
75% said that Geico should be allowed to use comedy to sell their products, and 25% said no, they should not. That is what the poll said, whether you want to believe it or not. So the listeners, once again, agree with
Good
me.
job, listeners.
Once again, they know.
How much does your freedom cost? Is it $1.05?
Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. are we
Thank you,
playing?
Janice.
Are we playing this stuff here? Okay. So, anyways, that's it. I just wanted to get that poll.
So there's already laws on the books that state you can only do this in an ad,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about those? Should we revert those?
What are the rules? What are the laws? I mean, give me
You
one.
like can't lie. You can't put like blatant lies, but you can put small print and have someone talk really fast, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So like, where do you draw the? That's what I'm saying. Like, people are not. I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but people aren't smart enough to see through the brainwashing, the psychology of advertising. And
I mean, you're
they're not selling insurance. They have never said anything about their insurance and how great it is. What they're saying is, we make funny commercials, and that's why you should get Geico Insurance.
No, it's we
That's
make funny
ridiculous.
commercials. Come to our website, give us a call, and then we'll tell you if this insurance is right for you or not.
It's just
I mean,
ridiculous.
it's no different than us tweeting stuff out that is not about the show, where people will come to the website.
They're just, I mean, the gist of Geico commercials is trying to get people to just call them, and it's only going to take them 15 minutes to find out whether or not they want to take them or drop them.
That's right.
That's the point they're trying to get across. Call us. It'll only take you 15 minutes.
Right. And the gecko, I mean, how can you dislike the gecko? He's like the best dude ever.
He's Australian.
So take the idea of a gecko and remove it from the concept of a Geico commercial. though.
Okay.
How much better would it be?
You got the Hump Day commercial. That's
So
pretty
how
good.
much better would it be? Like, what if there was like, what if instead of an insurance commercial, Geico was like a sketch comedy show?
Okay, I love it.
Commercial free sketch comedy show.
Would love it.
That
That's
would
what
be
I'm
pretty
saying.
awesome.
So instead of like this art,
My favorite episode would be the Dikembe Mutombo. No.
so instead of this art being expressed as a pure art form for the humor that it is, it's instead being corrupted by the capitalism that we live in. And it's being used to sell a product that no one really cares about.
But people need car insurance.
But
It
no
is a
one
law
cares
to
about
have-
it. No one cares about it. Okay.
Well-
No one says like, "Oh my God, did you see that awesome insurance on the TV the other day?" No, they go, "Did you see that funny Geico commercial?"
No, they do when they get involved in an accident and they have to use their insurance, and then they'll go, "Hey, my insurance is really great. They took care of me. They got me a rental car. They got me my car back real quick." And so if that humor leads them to this commercial and people buy it, they'll know if they have to use it, if it's good or not. And if it's bad, they'll go to another company. You
I mean,
know.
honestly, me and you are never going to agree on this.
Oh, I know.
You want your world to be filled with billboards. You want them to beam advertisements into your eyeballs while you sleep. Obviously, that's
No, I
like
don't.
your
I
perfect world.
I think what
Like,
David
as long
wants
as it's
is
funny.
if he has to look at all these advertisements, at least make them funny.
Yeah, make them interesting. Make them good. I mean,
I mean, how many people turn in to watch the Super Bowl for the commercials?
and here's the thing. Here's the thing with Geico. They didn't have the most money when they started this campaign. They
had a small loan from their dad, right?
But
Yeah,
Lee,
Geico didn't have any money.
They
when
were not.
They started.
They
Come
didn't have the
on,
money
man.
Allstate had or State Farm. They could not compete with those guys. So they hired creative people to get these insurance commercials out, and now they're one of the most recognizable insurance companies there is. Before this, you can look it up. They were nowhere near the top 3 insurance companies at all. There's no way. So you like a free market where the little guy can compete, right? Is that what you like?
You just literally said everyone needs insurance.
Do you? Yeah.
Why do you need to run advertisements? If everyone needs it, you don't see like electric companies running freaking advertisements.
Because how
dude.
many electric companies are
there's
there?
one. There's one.
only one.
Yeah, there's one
Okay,
utility company.
There you go.
per-
If it's something that you desperately really have to have,
Oh, so
why
you're, wait,
have
you're
why
for-
have all these for?
Are you for government-run insurance?
Sure. If you
Well, of
have to
course
have
you-
it,
of course you are.
if the social contract is
That
you
was a
have to
stupid
have car
question, David.
insurance.
That was stupid.
If you have to have car insurance,
I might have to make myself idiot of the week for that.
you should.
Well, I'm just saying. To me, it seems you would like it as the little people. If they hire people that are creative, they're funny, and they're smart, they can compete with the big dogs. It's like baseball when the Florida Marlins, who couldn't compete with the money of the Yankees and the Red Sox, they got creative. They did analytics. They got players in that worked, and they won a World Series
So
over
you're
the Yankees.
comparing American baseball.
Well, sure you are. How could you not? It's
Okay.
money. They're both run by money. Those Yankees you used to like, my friend, you know the reason they won a lot of World Series?
Tell me.
Money.
Tell me.
Money.
You ran the
Money. Money.
analytics, I'm
Money.
sure. You ran the freaking analytics.
So this allows them to compete. I'm for it. I love it. All
You
right.
love advertisements and commercials.
I love that when the little guy comes up,
You
smacks
love-
the big
so
guy in
this
the
is about
face.
the little guy and the big guy.
Of course, it always is. That's what life's about.
Sure.
I mean, the Predators, if they play the Penguins, it's going to be the little guy versus the big guy. Right? Am I wrong on that? Are we not a small market city? Okay. Thank you. All right. So let's go with some stories of the week.
All right.
What do you want to start off with?
Where would you like to start off at?
Let's start off with, do we have an idiot of the week? We have this sound clip. We're going to go ahead and play it, and then I'll tell you who my idiot of the week is.
Oh my God, I am surrounded by idiots.
To the idiot mobile. You idiot.
You're an idiot.
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
All right, our idiot of the week is the
R.
Okay. David's idiot of the week is the Cash Me Outside girl, Danielle Bregoli. I guess is how you say her last name. We know her as the Cash Me Outside girl. This week, it come out that she is going to be going on tour. Now, real quick, if you don't know who the Cash Me Outside girl is, she went on
tour.
John, we'll get to the story. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
Dr. Phil, she was on Dr. Phil, and she was a bad teen, and she was infamous for saying, "Cash me outside." She was going to beat up the crowd. So anyways, if you go ahead and hit that story. Cash Me Outside, teens tour demands. Now, she's going to be going on tour. I'm going to tell you what she's doing on tour in just a minute. Now, if I wasn't going to tell you what she was doing on tour, John or Lee, what do you think she'd be doing on tour, the Cash Me Outside girl?
I'm dumbstruck that she's going on tour.
You don't have just a guess. Just throw something out there. What would she be doing? Anything?
Taking photos with people.
That's a good guess. All right, I like it. All right, John. All right, think about it. I will tell you. So if you don't know, bands have what's called a rider. It's a contract where they have to be supplied with certain items before they will go on stage. You may know this from Van Halen used to ask for all brown M&Ms when they would go on stage. Now, the reason they did it is because they needed certain things to be met, in like stage-wise, and they weren't being met. So they put that in there in the middle of the contract where they knew someone was actually reading it and giving them all the things they needed. Let's read some of Cash Me Outside Girl's demands. All right, first off, she does demand that backstage, she must have 3 fidget spinners.
No more? No less.
3 fidget spinners. She must also have a 50-inch television for watching movies.
Not for TV.
Not for
movies.
TV.
Not for advertisements.
This is
movies.
I mean, the
Just
fidget
movies.
spinners is pretty awesome because I can imagine some idiot having to run around town to get these fidget
To look for
spinners.
them.
You know what I'm saying? This one's the best. 5 Gildan or Fruit of the Loom brand white tank tops. They cannot be Hanes brand white tank tops or you're done. She's not going to perform. 4 large Domino's pizzas and 1 fruit platter minus the pineapple. So, I mean, I approve of that. But anyways.
You don't like pineapple at all?
No. I like pineapple juice. I love that. I could drink that all day, but I don't like the... All right. Here's what Miss Cash Me Outside shall be doing. She will be getting paid $50,000 per show if the show sell out. And she will be going nationwide. She will be lip syncing to rap songs. And she will also be doing a live Q&A. I did say she will be lip syncing.
I heard you.
2 rap songs.
Yeah.
She will be doing a live Q&A with audiences, and she will invite audience members on stage to joke around with her. That's right. That's the Cash Me Outside girl. That, to me, is my idiot of the week. And it's not even her that's the idiot of the week. It's the people that are paying her $50,000 a show to put her on to lip sync.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You like Geico, the small guy.
I knew he was going to say that.
Go ahead.
And they can do whatever the hell they
Winning.
want. But the Cash Me Outside girl catches a little green, and all of a sudden you're pissed about it.
I'm
She's
not
an idiot.
No, I did not say she was the idiot of the week. I said the people that are paying her $50,000 a show are the idiots of the week. If you listen very carefully, I'm like you. If they want to pay this younger,
But I mean, they're doing what they got to do to improve their brand. To get people out.
their brand.
I think that if the
hot
show
ticket,
sells
man.
out is a very important part of that clause.
Yes, it is. It is.
People are going to want to go see
So
the Cash Me Outside
you
girl.
going to go see her?
No, I'm not. But people will.
For the podcast. If we can get an interview with her, will you go see her lip
Well, of
sync
course,
the rap
if,
songs?
if you pull off an interview with her for the podcast, of course.
I think we're working on it.
Of course I would go see
Okay,
her.
I'm just going to put the cat out of the bag. We might have a big interview lined up in the next couple of weeks. We did not know that Lee is friends with a celebrity of the YouTube brand.
It's LeVar Ball.
No, who is it? Tell us who you're friends with on Twitter. Chocolate Rain. What's that guy's name?
You don't even know his name. Wow.
What's his name? The Chocolate Rain guy.
I'm not going to tell you.
Lee is best friends with the Chocolate Rain guy, and we think he'll be coming on the show in the next couple of weeks, and he may be doing a new theme song for the show.
Well, there goes our chances of that happening.
That's exciting. Chocolate
Well,
Rain.
it was going to happen, but now that you're on here saying
What
this,
is that guy's name? I just call them by their catchphrase. Like Cash Me Outside, Chocolate Rain. Adam Pewett's in the chat. He wants to know, is she coming to Nashville? Is she a Bridgestone or a municipal draw? I would say she's probably I don't want to say this because I know this is a sacred place, but she'd probably be like a Ryman Auditorium kind of draw. Or maybe Club 615 over the bridge.
Yeah, maybe there.
So this
should be at the 5 spot.
Coming to Club 615 is Cash Me Outside.
So this video had 35 million views.
Yeah, it's Kodak Black. And it features her. Now, this girl's...
So how many views does your YouTube video have?
Hold on. Let me tell you about this video, which is weird. This girl's 14 years old. Now, they're definitely sexualizing her in this video. 100%, man. I mean, and she's... I don't know. The whole video is her just singing along to this Kodak Black song. Now, I grabbed a clip from this video today, and she flashes a bunch of money, and you would think, well, she's a baller. I mean, those are all $100 bills, right? There's one $100 bill, and the rest are all 20s. So that tells you about the production of this video.
Hating
but anyway,
on the little person. You ain't got stacks of hundos.
So I want you to, right now, we'll give you this chance. Are you saying you stand behind the Cash Me Outside girl?
No, I'm throwing your crap arguments right back at you.
Do you stand beside
I'm throwing
and behind?
your crap arguments right. I don't give anything about the Cash Me
Do you
Outside
stand
girl.
beside her?
No, I'm not going to go to a Cash Me Outside.
I need you to look in that camera and say that Chocolate Rain will be on the show in 3 weeks. Come on, man. Dead air is happening right now. Do it. Chocolate Rain.
Anyway.
Captivating.
All right. So I thought that was amusing. $50,000 to lip sync. 3 fidget spinners.
I hope that whole production team gets sued by all the rappers that they're using the songs for.
Could they? Could they be sued for that or
if
not?
they make money off of them playing it?
Right?
Chocolate Rain. She should lip sync Chocolate Rain. That'd be the best. All right, let's move.
Just get her on the show.
Let's move to people with some actual talent. The Migos. You guys know much about the Migos? The rap
whole
group.
Lot.
The rap group from Atlanta.
Drop top,
raindrops, smoking up,
cooking up dope in a crock pot.
There you go. You've heard the song if you listen to rap at all this summer. And it's a big song. It was the band really rose to prominence once Danny Glover from the show Atlanta talked about them at the Grammys. But anyway, they perform. They have so Katy Perry, she's back. She's reinvented herself. She's got a new album coming out, and on one of her songs, she has the Migos perform with her. I believe it's a song called Bon Appetit, and it's one of her singles. So anyways, she performed on Saturday Night Live this past week, and the Migos were supposed to come out with her for both both performances. Well, the first performance had a number of drag queens in the performance, and according to people behind the scenes of the show, the Migos said they would not go out and they did not feel comfortable and would not go out there performing alongside the drag queens because that does not fit their brand. Okay. Now, and I haven't heard them deny this story at this point. Okay. All I know is people that said this, apparently these statements have come down, and I think their label made some kind of bogus, or I don't want to say bogus, made some kind of half-ass statement, blah, blah, blah. But in the past, they've called out gay rappers. They've said they don't really, they've said a number of things that would come across as anti-gay, that they're not down with the gay lifestyle. And then I think about this, how does the rap game, and more important, how does the rap game get away with being anti-gay constantly? I mean, you can pull up about 1,000 songs that are anti-gay. I mean, I think of Eminem's first album, like, holy cow, his second album, his third album, who I'm thinking, Run the Jewels, Killer Mike used to drop the F word, every other, word on their albums. How do they constantly get away with being anti-gay? I just don't understand. I don't see the social justice warriors of Twitter and social media. I don't see them attacking these guys. Why is this? Tell me why this is.
I mean, that's a good question. There's a lot of skewed things. They rise up for Pepsi commercials that.
Yeah, right. That has a Kardashian in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when something that is actually way worse, and even on the forefront of being, I mean, obviously, if you have to explain why the Pepsi commercial was bad, then it's not that bad,
right?
But this is obviously that's not cool, and it doesn't have to be explained why.
I mean, I think so too, Lee. Why does the rap game get a pass on the anti-gay comments? What is the deal here? Are social justice warriors afraid to confront black people because they will be considered racist? Is there any?
There is definitely that, because look, there's one taboo word in America. Honestly, there's one.
The N-word.
The N-word.
Right.
And if you are a rapper, you can drop it as frequently as you want. You can put it on the cover of your album.
Yeah.
You can flaunt it in other people's face. And if you are the biggest fan of hip hop,
right,
and you're white and you say that word, even if you're singing along or whatever,
right,
you're still called out on it.
Even
I'm not I'm saying if that word is that taboo, then they should be held to the same standards. But they're not. They're not. And I think it just all comes back to the history of America and being a disfranchised people.
Well, are not gay people disfranchised people as well? I mean, they couldn't even marry legally until last year, the year before that?
Right, but I think it gets a pass on the art being the music, but
I mean, Eminem used the N-word one time on a mixtape from 10 years before he made it famous, and he caught heat on it. So you're right. I mean, if Eminem can't say the word, the rest of us are doomed. But
I mean, even the drag queen community, the LGBT community, they've always been involved in art too, in various forms, like dancing, like ballet, and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know, whatever, that kind of performance art. And they also don't catch it. It's almost like you catch flack if you don't live that lifestyle and you attempt to go into that performing. So it's just one of those weird things. It's so the anti-gay culture is so part of it.
Yeah, it is. Well, in the black community, it is. And when you tell people that, they act like it's a big shock. Like in the black Southern Baptist churches, trust me, it's not cool. I mean, we all sit around, they act like it's cool. It's not cool. It is frowned upon heavily in the South. I don't know. I can't speak for the North or the West, or I can tell you here in the South, here in the black churches, I have many friends that went. They're not cool with it. And they'll tell you off the record they're not cool with the gay lifestyle.
That's most churches, though. I mean, that's a whole other.
I think a lot of churches have come around on that.
The traditional black church in the South is going to be very, very traditional, and a traditional church is always going to have, homophobia.
Well, I mean, you speak at traditional, at least traditional churches and what their standards are. But I mean, you've got those same people that are going to those churches that, what are you doing?
Look at this story right here.
Yeah,
Why straight men kill the trans women they love? What
strange.
website was that on,
I
dude?
don't know.
Okay.
Clickbait. It's
Anyway.
clickbait is what it is.
All right.
But they would still like, I mean, they'll go to church on Sunday and then Monday afternoon they're smoking and drinking and other things. Why are those standards not that important? But the sexual standards are a no go.
I don't know. That's a good question. Why
why
can a movie have gun violence in it? Someone's head get blown off and get a PG-13, but if there's one simulated sex scene, it's an R automatically.
I just want to throw this point out here too. Is like you can't really group all like rap music together in the same boat. There's different kinds. There's like highbrow rap and there's lowbrow rap, right? Like there's very intelligent.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Will Smith didn't knock any gays in his rap songs.
I'm not talking. Will Smith is not a rapper, but
yes.
But can I make the point, please?
I love the rap history you're giving us. Go ahead.
But I'm saying like there's a very clean disconnect. Like if you listen to like dirty South raps, they're rapping about drug use,
right?
Gang membership, murder, prostitution,
right?
Homophobia. It's like there's a whole slew of issues.
But aren't they rapping about their lifestyle? Isn't that what rap's really about? Rapping about what you've actually. Isn't that the best rap when someone's rapping about the experiences they've gone through?
But what I'm saying is like if you listen to like Chance the Rapper, for instance, you're not gonna get the homophobia angle because he's making a more educated discourse about life.
But he probably grew up educated. I don't think the Migos were at the top of their class of valedictorians, if you get where I'm going with this.
I mean, you don't know that.
Well, he said he don't think.
I said I don't think. I think a lot of the Dirty South rappers dropped out of school, and this is the life they're living. I think someone like Chance the Rapper is someone that probably had a pretty good upbringing. You know?
I think that's why they get the pass. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's because the people that...
Well, ignorance is not a pass, though. You know, I mean, you're not going to...
I mean, it's the same thing with country music. They do the same thing.
The same thing how?
Just like... I'll kick
maybe David Allen Cole. Not anybody since then.
But I mean, it's just like ignorant lyrics. It's like, I'm going to spit tobacco in your eyes and fight you out in the alley if you're Taliban. That type of stuff. And like, it's like their demographic that's listening to it gives them the pass because it is what it is. It's like an educated person is not going to listen to that kind of music, I guess.
Yeah.
Or at least take it seriously when they do. I don't know.
But it's not. But like, you know, it's not the. It's not the educated person we have to worry about. Like you said with the Geico commercial, it's not the educated person that you have to worry about buying crappy insurance because of TV, because of a commercial. I mean, I agree with you to that point, but where do you stop it? You know. So I guess I'm looking at rules where.
Well, we talked about the subject many a time. It's like, where do you draw the line? Especially when art's involved. Like, where is the line?
Yeah, do you never let anyone say somebody call an F word or anything like that? I mean, do you never?
I mean, if you do, you can put a label on it already. So
I mean, I guess that's
Maybe that's what the future offers. Like if you're doing art, you can do that, but you got to put a label.
But aren't you for free speech at the same time?
I mean, you can speak it. You just have to put a big H label on it.
Yeah, I just think you start getting into dangerous territory. You know.
Yeah.
You start. I don't know. So anyway, all right.
So your complaint is the social justice warriors.
Yeah, where are they?
To empty the coffers and come after the Migos.
If we
this is the alarm bell.
If us three did this in any kind of similar say, let's say we were a world-renowned podcast, and they go, hey, there's going to be some drag queens that come out and they want you to interview, and we're like, we just don't feel comfortable with doing that. That's not our brand. We would
light us up.
Oh, we'd get blown up to pieces, man. Like we would never, we'd be done.
Blown up.
We'd be done. So I'm just saying that's where I wonder where are these keyboard warriors at? And I feel a lot of time if you want to not get attacked by them, just jump onto a side where like the African American community or the black community is behind it. They will leave you alone. I guarantee it. They don't. I mean,
you're right.
It's kind of weird. It bums me out. If they were hardcore and they just went on everybody, I'd be all right, good. I respect you. You're good, you know, but they don't, you know. So, okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I doubt anything, truthfully. I mean, if we're keeping it real,
Yeah.
I doubt anything. But, all right. All right. What other stories do we have? What other stories did I send you this week to talk about? Manchester attack. Ariana Grande was having a concert, and
There's so many inappropriate jokes you could make.
well, I'll let you make them. But
The social justice warriors will empty their coffers at me.
I saw one today on Facebook, actually. But
No.
I'm not. I was like, dude, what are you thinking?
Just tell us, give us, okay, so it was an inappropriate joke. Give us like the demographics of the person who posted it.
Male, white, 25 to 30.
No history of inappropriate.
I'm sure. I mean, probably voted for Trump. If I had to guess.
You probably don't come out of the woodwork.
Yes.
As there's not like a history. That's not where you start to make a joke
Probably.
about the Manchester
So
attack.
now he's like, this guy was a total Christian, total clean lifestyle. Hey, he just posted this Ariana Grande joke. Here's what we know about Manchester. There was an attack. ISIS is claiming responsibility for the attack. 22 people were killed. 59 people were injured. A bomb blast went off during a concert. Mostly kids were there. It's Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Large kid fan base. What are we going to do about this? We always talk about this a lot after the show between each other, but is there a way, and I don't think there is, but is there a way to end these attacks? This is sensible. This is just uncalled for. This should never happen. If you want to go, I'm not condoning it, but if you were a terrorist member and you wanted to go fight the people fighting you, then do it. Why are you blowing up kids in the middle of a concert? I don't understand it. I don't know what point he gets across. I don't know. Is there any way to stop this?
Well, I heard, and this could be complete conjecture and fake news, but someone had mentioned to me that they think they targeted the concert because Ariana Grande has like a, she portrays kind of a sexy attitude with like not very many clothes or anything to that. And that was why she was targeted specifically. Now, I don't know if that's true or not.
Right.
But, there's ways to stop it, but the ways that we choose to stop it are all wrong.
How would you stop
Well,
it?
the only way to bring, the only way to stop darkness is to bring light into it. And the only way to stop hate is to use love. But our response is always...
Do you think that's true, though?
Yes, it is true.
Do you think when an individual is truly evil?
I think there's some times where love does not trump.
It does, though. That's what does a gun? You think killing these people back are going to really make them want to blow us up less?
I'm saying there's nothing you can do when a guy walks into a place with a bomb strapped to his chest. There's nothing you can do at that point to change his mind.
Right. It's gone too far at that point, obviously. But like, look at our civil rights movement. I mean, you could have the attitude, oh, we're going to have our rights represented. We're going to use force. And it never worked. Martin Luther King came in and said, no, we're going to do this peacefully. We're going to use love. And we're going to teach people that we're just like them. And it worked. It worked. It works every time. But we let fear dictate us. We want to build a wall. We want to strip people of their freedom. We want to, take away everything. And then this is what you get when you drop.
But the thing is,
when
these
you drop
people
a
aren't
Moab,
even in our country.
what
freedoms are we taking from these people?
We dropped the Moab on them, brother. We went and invaded their country for years. We've killed them. We've dropped bombs on the Middle East repeatedly. Are you kidding me?
We're not the only
We've
ones.
devastated countries.
So what would be how do you fix it, though? How do you bring love to change their minds?
It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to hug a suicide bomber walking into a concert. I mean, you can. It would have probably killed less
That's a
people.
major key of the week right there. You're not going to
Don't hug
a
a suicide bomber.
Should write that down. That's a good one. All right, continue on.
Like it's just you treat like so for you already use separatist language. It's us and them. It's not us and them. We are all in this together. They are a human being just like us. And until we start treating them the same, it's horrible. Atrocities have been committed. These people do horrible things. And I understand there's some people that are irreparable. But you're saying the same thing about their kids. You're saying the same thing about their culture. over and over again. It's like, it's not us and them. It's we are in this together. At the end of the day, it's us. If it's a problem, you can't just say you're the problem because we have created that problem.
I think, but David's initial question is what do they really want that bombing an Ariana Grande concert will accomplish?
They want to cause fear.
Well,
they want to cause
congratulations,
panic.
they've done
They
that.
want their voices to be heard. They literally, their lives are in such... Get
on Twitter. They can get their voices heard nowadays.
No, they can't. Look, this person's life is... Could you imagine your life being so horrible that you would be willing to strap a bomb to yourself and go kill other people? We can't even imagine being in a situation where that's these people. They've reached a point in their life, absolute rock bottom, where they're willing not only to kill themselves, but to kill as many other people as they can. That's...
Well, since you say that, I had this thought earlier this week, actually, when this happened. What if these people that were called up to do these things, what if their life had changed from the time when they left the Middle East? What if they were living really successful lifestyles by the time they said, "Hey, we need you to bomb this place"?
Then they wouldn't blow up the...
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is like what
that's showing people, like, yes, being a good neighbor, being friendly, inviting people in is part of love. And when if these people were to come to America, that's not what they would get when they get here. They would get people yelling vulgar comments at them in Walmart. I don't know if you saw the video this week of the woman in the shopping cart. That's what they're going to get.
There's a lot of ignorance. I agree with you on that.
And until we turn that around in ourselves, we can't reasonably expect things to get better.
You're not doing that to people. You're not calling people names that you don't know in the middle of Walmart. David's not doing that. I'm not doing that. The majority of Americans are not doing that. How do we turn around? How do we shut those ignorant people up?
Well, honestly, I believe unless the elections were rigged, the majority of people in America, at least the Electoral College, voted Trump. And Trump was very clear when he was campaigning that he was going to build a wall and division. He was going to go in the Middle East and fix the problem with guns and bombs and economic sanctions. And he was very clear, America is us. You are not America. We don't want you here anymore. And that was his stance the entire time. And as long as you have that separation there, you can expect these people to continue to attack and want to claim using the same tactics that we do. The only problem is we're the big dog. They're the little dog. See, they're living in a dirt cave maybe, whereas, we have a freaking battle cruiser. So of course, and honestly, if this country was invaded by terrorists and they overtook America and they dropped a bomb or shot a gun and killed your wife and kids, I think you would become a freedom fighter that day.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, wouldn't you?
There's no denying that.
That's
I might.
true. There are people too. I mean, obviously, you can't.
Do they have to pay for this?
Of course. I mean, you have to be held accountable for your actions, and
so it's never
obviously
stop there.
Extremists. But I'm saying the culture of love that I'm talking about is not necessarily targeting individuals. It's a long-term strategy. That's all.
All right. That's a good conversation. We'd love to hear what you say about it. Tweet at us. Get us on Facebook. We do have a Dear John this week, right?
Yes, we do.
Before we get to Dear John, last week we talked about Danny. What's her name?
Mathers.
Danny Mathers, Playboy playmate, who took a Snapchat video of a woman inside a gym somewhere in California, fat shaming her, making fun of her. She did receive we talked about last week, she received her sentence today. She will serve no jail time and will do 30 days of community service.
No, 30 hours of community service.
So so
that's less than a work week for a normal person.
So she will do 30 hours of community service. John, how do you feel?
Take the floor, John.
Here's the 30 hours of community service.
Can we just roll the Dear John, and instead of doing the Dear John, we'll kick that's what I was thinking. I was going to make a bit where it's like, Dear John, I just avoided the jail. We'll play the music. And then
all right, Dear John, he likes to give out advice. Here we go.
Play the music.
No.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. The Dear John segment is brought to you by Geico Insurance.
Jokes.
By the time
right, the Dear John segment, like I said, brought to you by Geico this week, and it says, Dear John, I live in California and recently got into a bit of a legal situation. I thought I was going to do jail time for taking some inappropriate pictures, but fortunately for me, I got out of it and I only have to do community service. Should I feel bad about this? Signed, Desperate in California.
Yeah. Yes, you should feel bad about it. Oh my gosh, I was so angry.
So the real story is what we just said, is that
the total punishment. This is
tell before you get started. Tell us what you told us before the show started, that you heard this news at
I work nights, and especially on the Wednesday night before we do our podcast, I try to go through news articles and stuff to see what's up, so I can kind of be updated to what we could talk about. And I saw the sentencing for this young lady, and I could not sleep at all today because it was just so pissed off. Her total sentence was 3 years probation, which is don't do anything wrong.
It's a joke.
30 hours of community service. And she had to pay a fine of $60, $60, 60.
That is kind of ridiculous.
To the woman that she took the picture of.
How did they come up with that number, too?
I don't know. I think they dropped about 3 zeros that should have been there at least. This is ridiculous.
You thought she should have had to pay restitution of $6,000 to this woman?
No, 60,000.
You think she really should?
For someone that makes the amount of money that Danny Mathers does,
does she make good money?
I don't know.
So you honestly, I mean, this is no.
Well,
joke.
here's okay.
I want seriously 60. You're a judge. You throw out a $60,000 restitution to her. Okay, John is he'd be a hardcore judge, man.
And here's okay. Let's rewind the clock a little bit. Aaron Andrews,
right?
$5 million from Marriott, and it wasn't even like Marriott that did the videoing.
Okay, you got a point.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Hey, I'll be feeling you here.
According to Celebrity Net Worth, her net worth is $200,000.
I mean, but
I could make less than $35,000 a year. Okay, I could take $60 out of my wallet right now and set it on fire, and I would be okay.
Yeah, true. Good. That's true.
And I didn't do anything wrong. If I speed down the street, my fine is more than $60.
That's true.
That's true. I'm not.
You know what? When I get that ticket, do I still speed? Yes, I do.
But
that's true.
But could you give the judge a good blowjob?
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what that means. But
well, he's implying.
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe.
How did you explain it?
He's implying the judge got some because they're lenient. It's California.
Am I
right? It wasn't California, right?
And the thing is like, and it would still be bad if she took this picture in a Dunkin' Donuts restaurant bathroom, okay? But the fact that she was in a gym, at least this lady's...
Make it better?
No, he said
it'd still be bad.
He said it would still be bad.
I'm saying that this lady was in a gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have been overweight, but she was in a gym. She's trying.
Yeah, I don't understand this fat shaming people in gyms. It doesn't make any sense.
As far as the gym is concerned, they should ban her from the gym.
Do you know why she got off, John? I mean,
it's because she's famous. She's pretty.
And, right there. Because she's good looking. Let me tell you people something. I really want to stress this to people listening. I know people that are good looking aren't going to believe this, but if you're a good looking person in this world, your life is 90% better than anybody else.
I would agree with that.
It's factual. It's true in every aspect. You go to a club, you're probably going to get in if you look better. You know, you interview for a job and you look a little bit better than the other person, they will lean towards you of giving you the job. Everything in life, if you're good looking, it's just a little bit easier, and this proves it to a T. If this woman had been atrocious herself, she would have done jail time, straight up. I'm saying because she's a playboy, playmate, whatever she is, model, whatever, she got off the hook. They let her off the hook. They did. And she's going to do it again, except this time she won't pass it around anybody. She'll just pass it to her few friends instead of her Snapchat account. That's the only lesson she learned is don't get caught doing it again.
Yeah, don't get caught. That's it. And here's another thing. They allowed her to plead no contest.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
anyone can.
anybody can plead no contest.
Yeah, but a judge would laugh in our face if we tried to.
Well, that's just how you're pleading. I mean, the judge may,
just so you guys know,
it should have gone down as a straight up guilty.
Okay, so if you would have used a regular news site, though, you would have seen that they're using this case to actually pass a law because right now there's not really a law on the books, so they're using this as a precedent to make the fines much more.
Okay, that's great. They're using this case as a law, but
you can't make up case law after the fact, John.
Roe versus Wade. That's how abortion became legal.
I mean,
what? Can
John's fired up about it. Okay, he's fired up about it.
I'm just saying.
He's thinking this one. How much time would you give?
If this was your mother,
I want to know how much time you would have given her. Honestly, no lie, no nonsense, John. You said $60,000 fine. How much time would you make this woman serve? And be honest. I mean,
at least 3 months. But if I could,
you could
1129.
1129 to serve every day.
You would give her a felony.
That's misdemeanor. 1129 is the most you can serve is a misdemeanor.
Anything? It's basically under a year.
I think here it said. I want to say 3 months was what she was. Up.
They said that she avoided 3 months.
6 months.
Yeah,
she could have faced up to 6 months.
All right, well there you go. That's your dear John this week. Don't be taking pictures of people in the gym, okay? All right, dear John, email us your questions or life if you need advice. bybpod@gmail.com. That's bybpod@gmail.com. All right, every week we ask you to send us selfies. We will not fat shame you. We will not make fun of you. We will sing your praises to the internet because we love everyone that listens to this show. We do it in a little segment called #BlameYourSelfie, and we're going to get the ball rolling. All right, first selfie of the day from Lee, the guy to the left here. At Brother to Blame, this could be the start of something good. Could also not be, but one of the two for sure. Is that song lyric or something? What's the context of that selfie?
There's no context.
I mean, it means something.
I said the start of something. Start of what?
What are you doing?
Could not be.
Are you cooking meth or something?
Yes,
like
I'm
Walter
cooking
White?
meth. If you need any meth, hit me up on Twitter.
That is not associated with that show or the
at BYB Pod.
Or that is not associated with Geico Insurance, who sponsors this show.
I got that Walter White stuff. Okay?
All right, next up, selfie.
We're sponsored by non-Hanes white T-shirts.
Yes, no, I want to be sponsored by Hanes T-shirts. For sure. This is John Tortorello at Twitterello. He says, Norm the Bear wonders if he'll be joining the podcast tonight. That's our friend from last week's episode. He recorded the podcast with us.
He filled in for Brother to Blame.
In the place of Lee, and the numbers.
I think you did a pretty stellar job.
Numbers went up. All right, this is Sarah at Caution Spoilers. She said, it's hot and sultry in the UK, so I got my Gone with the Wind Southern Belle thing going on. You don't give a damn, do you? Nice selfie. Enjoy it. Enjoy the outfit. Like I said, Sarah's awesome. One of our favorites for sure of the week. Michael Anthony Nicholas II says, yesterday was his brother's birthday. This is me with his brother Benjamin, who he is probably blaming his brother. So happy birthday to brother Benjamin. He's got #GoPreds, #Stanley Cup Finals, #Happy Memorial Day. All right, this is Sarah Knightley, who we should be going to a Game of Thrones convention with at the end of June. She says, I failed trying to take a selfie with my lunch, which was a jalapeno Hawaiian rolls with deep fried chicken and pickles. And she's tagged Keanu Reeves in the selfie. I don't know why. But it's Sarah Knightley. Go follow her.
Whoa. Where did she? Oh.
Hit the bottom.
Yeah.
Sarah rocks. We like Sarah a lot. She's the best. All right, here's the new selfie this week. Brand new one. This is Krista at Girl Oxygen. And, I like to tweet news stories when I see neck tattoos. I always do that on the old Twitter account there. And she saw one and said she had a neck tattoo. And so I said, well, prove it. So she sent a picture of her neck tattoo, and it looks like it's on the back of her neck. And it is a flower from, looks like the Stone Temple Pilots album. So there you go.
It's a PR copy too.
So there you go. That is Girl Oxygen. She's new to the Selfie Club. So everybody welcome her to the Selfie Club. All right.
Welcome to the Selfie Club.
And she start following us this week and enjoy it. Here's this cool guy right here. This is at BYB Pod. This is me. It says I got my Not Playing STUP, Not Playing Stupid podcast shirt this week, and it's pretty badass. And so if you want one of those shirts, which is actually really good quality, I love that. It's like a cardinal red. I like that color a lot. You can go follow them at Twitter at Not Playing STUP, stupid without the ID on it. And you can get yourself one and start listening to their podcast. It's like ours, but it's a little bit R-rated. So if you like that, go check it out. All right, this is John's wife. I don't know. Has she ever been in the Selfie Club before?
No, she hasn't.
Okay, well, she
I think there was like a
Instagram.
No, Cowboys and Indians or something.
Oh yeah, that was us in the picture.
Okay. But she's never done one herself. Okay, so this is Robin, and Robin is wearing a Predator jersey, and it says "Go Preds Go!" # Go Preds Go, and that's taken during the game where we beat Anaheim. So there we go. All right, we got River here hanging out in my new crib, thinking about the Bow Wow Challenge. Don't blame the player, blame your selfie. He's pretty good at each week of incorporating blame your selfie into what he's taking a selfie of.
Well done, River.
I like it. I like it.
The Bow Wow Challenge is him backing up and getting the...
Yeah.
Anyway.
We get it.
Okay.
We know Bow Wow Challenge.
Making sure.
All right, this is Bethany Space Pants, and it says, one of those days where I just want to hide. And she has I would imagine that's a filter or that's a bag literally over her head.
It's definitely a filter.
Who knows? It could be a bag.
Thanks for clearing that up for us,
It's
Lee.
a filter.
Thank you, Lee.
We're not sure.
You could probably write a Geico commercial with that kind of
I should. I wish they would let me write all the Geico commercials.
You can submit one. I'd love to hear you pitch. All right, do we got any more?
It's so easy a caveman can
all
do
right,
it.
there's all the selfies for this week. Just take a picture during the week. Use the hashtag blame your selfie, and we will feature you on the program at the end of the show. And then we go back, we think of all the things we talked about, and we try to give you a little bit of advice from the show in the Major Key segment.
Who's got that key?
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right, it's time for a major key. A major key is like a way to live your life, taken from the man himself, DJ Khaled. And for episode 41, we didn't have one last week, but Lee's filled one in. Apparently, says pick a lane, stay in your lane. All right,
I had to say it a little too fast. I mean,
That's fine.
What did you want yours to be? It was like always be cool. Or
no,
something
I don't.
Like that.
I didn't have one.
Don't fart in church.
No.
Something like that. It was. I can't remember.
No, that was definitely not mine.
It was something like so generic.
Always be prepared.
Always be prepared.
I did not say that was good or bad. I just said we'd get with Lee and do one. I like pick up, stay in your lane. It's funny. All right, episode 42. Did we already come up with one?
I think we have it.
We had one.
Don't hug a suicide bomber.
Hug a suicide bomber.
Is that what we're going with? Wow. All right, major key for episode 42. Don't hug a suicide bomber.
Major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
All right. Don't hug a suicide bomber. Taken from the very interesting conversation about terrorist attack between John and Lee. So there you go. That is all that we have to offer you for this week's episode. We will remind you, please go to bybpod.com. That's our website. You can go there for all of our social media. We are on Twitter and Facebook. It's where we do most of all of our stuff. So both of those platforms, you just go to twitter.com/bybpod or facebook.com/bybpod. No, they're both BYBpod. I don't know what I just said, but twitter.com/BYBpod, facebook.com/BYBpod. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the show. Come join us in the live chat every Thursday night starting at 8 p.m. You can go to youtube.com/blameyourbrother. That's right, youtube.com/blameyourbrother. Subscribe, get video updates. We try to do updates of when we go out, when we go to the Game of Thrones thing. We'll probably do a couple videos and things like that. Also, go to iTunes, subscribe to the show, give us a 5-star rating and review. You can also go to Google Play, tune in, all kinds of things. All the links are up there. You can, if you're going to buy anything through Amazon, that's right, if you're going to buy anything through Amazon, use the link on our website at bybpod.com. There's an Amazon link. Click on that link right there. It's going too far up. But anyways, click on that Amazon link right there and make your purchases, and we get a small percentage of the sales. It doesn't cost you $1 more. Also, Radio Vegas Rocks features us every Thursday at 1 p.m. their time, 3 p.m. Central Time. So if you go to Radio Vegas Rocks, radiovegas.rocks, go check that website out. They feature our episodes on there, and we love those guys. They're great. You need a T-shirt. Summer's coming up. You're going to be out on the lake. You're going to be out working out. You're going to be cutting your grass. You need a Blame Your Brother T-shirt. There's links for that as well. And also, if you want to donate to the show, there's a button for that. If you want to give us $10,000, we're not going to stop you, and we'll mention you on the next show. One time only, though. Yeah. Every donation, it's one time. If you donate $10,000, we pretty much
own the show.
Your name would be on every episode. It'd be Blame Your Brother, brought to you by Daddy Warbucks or whatever your name
Daddy
is.
Warbucks.
We just watched Annie the other day.
That's his stripper name, in case you're wondering.
So I think that's all the ways you can get in touch with us.
Maybe at a strip club you go to.
Go leave us a 5-star rating.
It's not the strip club I go to.
Are you the Migos, John? Or you got a problem with strip clubs, Lisa?
I'm just saying I've never heard of
my stripper name.
He said you're visiting the strip clubs where I'm stripping at of the name Daddy Warbucks. That's the joke.
If it was,
you can't
just
write a Geico commercial. You can't even get a premise of a simple joke, man.
If it was, it was just because no one.
They
else
should
would
dress up
chase
Lee as a Migo guy. That's gonna be my Geico commercial. You going into the strip club anyway? That
RAF.
I don't even know what that means. Okay, so go BYBpod.com. That's everything, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. With that being said, is there anything else to end on, Lee?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
What's the lyrics to that Migos song again? What are they?
Drop top. Raindrop.